Hey, everybody, this is Joe Sonona of Sonona Speaks Seminars, and I have a special guest in Coffee Talk with the Listing Pros this week. It is my pal, my colleague from Long Beach, and it is, go ahead, Joyce.
Hey, Long Beach, it's Joyce Colletti, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about real estate.
There you go.
What it takes to get a listing.
Well,
or what it takes to be successful in real estate.
It is truly an honor, Joyce. It truly is an honor.
You know, I really appreciate this, and it's my honor. I love my city, and you know that. I love the Barrier Island. But I'm going to say it in one word. To be a success in real estate, you must work. And that means I personally work 7 days a week. I work about 12 hours a day, and I give it everything I've got. And my clients know that. And they see me doing open houses, and they say, Joyce, after all these years, yes, after all these years, this is a very, very competitive business. And somebody is always yanking at my toes to get me off the ladder. But I won't let them. I just keep working harder and harder. And maybe you have a question to me, Jeff?
Yes, I was just getting to that. So let me ask you, so what does it take to become a very successful listing agent? Other than what you just said, do you have like a secret sauce? I know we're working in the same town. I promise I won't use your secret sauce, but there's only one Joyce Colletti, right?
Thank you, Joe. You actually have to have passion, and I'm very filled with drama, and my customers actually like that. People say business is not personal, but I take my business very personally, and people know that. They care about that. I take care of them. I watch them. And when I get a listing, it's almost like I have a little child. And when I put it on the market, I'm teaching my little listing how to crawl. And then when it gets showings, it's walking. And then when I get an accepted offer, it starts to run.
That's right.
And then when I go into contract, it's getting married. And then I lost my little baby, so I have to get another one. And I work. I just can't. And I'm also, again, I'm going to compete the word competitive, passion, drama. I take my business extremely to heart. People do make fun of me because I work so much, but that's okay. I'm used to people making fun of me. They can make fun of me all I want. All I do is go to the bank, so it doesn't matter to me.
So when you meet a new agent for the first time, a brand new agent, yes, what would be your advice to a new agent? Because a lot of new agents watch this program and they are trying to learn from listing pros like us. So what would be your advice for a new agent?
Know your inventory. Work. Go to brokers' open houses. Walk your neighborhood. Look at street signs. Know where you are. Go to buildings. Look at where the pool is. Look at the street it's on. When somebody says to you, I want a 2-bedroom, a new agent says to themselves, I just saw one at a broker's open house. I might have one for you. And that's exactly what happened. I got cut off?
It's okay. It froze a little bit, but we could still hear you.
Okay. And that's how they do it. But I'm going to tell you something, Joe. I've never worked so hard in my life. This happens to be the second career, very successful career that I have. I know of people who've never had a career in their lifetime. So I know one thing, that whatever I ask my staff to do, I'm doing it first. If I want them to clean the floor, I'm cleaning it first. If I want them to knock on doors, I'm knocking on doors first. So, again, it takes a lot of hard work. And I am in this office 7 days a week. I am scouting the field 7 days a week. With my experience, I shouldn't have to be doing that. Oh, but I do. Because if people don't see you, they forget you.
Right.
And I must be visible at all times to my clients. And I'm very into being visible and being good to people. If you're not good to people, real estate won't be good to you.
That's right.
And my motto is, real estate gives you what you give it. If you want to make money in real estate, you must put in the hours. If you just play like it's a hobby, you're not going to make any money at all. But if you give it all that you got, it'll give back to you. That I promise every new agent out there.
So, what would be your advice for a seasoned agent? Would that be the same as a new agent?
My advice for a seasoned agent is don't stop. Keep on going. Put blinders on. Don't look to the right. Don't look to the left. Just keep going until you finish that, till you go to that finish line. Reach out to your customers. Any holiday, any time is good enough. Anything. Send them a text. I was just thinking about you. You know they like that, and I'm going to tell you something else. People like people that remember them. I'll tell you that from my experience and from being number one for 20 years in a row. It's an honor, but I got a lot of people after me. A lot of people are after my title, and I won't let them have it, and it just makes me work harder. They all give up. They go, forget about it. I'm not even going to try, because the more you try to go after Joyce, the harder she works. And that's the truth.
I want to brag a little bit about you, because I think I have some bragging rights here. And that is we sometimes appear on the same listing presentation, you and I.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how, we have a very good relationship for those people who are tuning in. And Joyce talks very highly of me. I talk very highly of her on a listing presentation. And then the owner says, he looks at both, he'll look at both of us and he'll be like so confused. And then if you get the listing or I get the listing, we compliment each other. And that's the way real estate should be done, right?
That's correct. That's correct. Joe, I have a very short story for you. I once went on a listing, and it was very short. I did my thing, and I walked out, and I said to the man, I'm not going to run after you. You're going to make your own decision. After he interviewed 13 people. He called me up after a month and said to me, Joyce, I'm hiring you. And I said, you are? Why? And he said, because everybody had nothing but bad things to say about you, so I know you're good. And he hired me and gave me the highest commission I could earn. And that was a compliment. I thanked all the real estate agents for that. Because if you badmouth an agent, a customer knows it.
Right.
Don't do it, because they're very smart.
And I have to tell you that, in this day and age where the code of ethics, as we learn it every 2 to 3 years, that's a code of ethic violation. If you talk bad about another realtor, you put down another person's business practices.
Right. You'll never hear me do that.
Oh no, you're a very ethical broker. I compliment you on your professionalism. We have a seminar coming up on January 29th with Ricky Caruth and some 10 of the nicest people you want to know in real estate who are the speakers for that day at the Holiday Inn in Plainview. And we're centering that class around law of agency. Let's talk a little bit about law of agency, obedience, loyalty, disclosure, confidentiality, accountability, reasonable care.
That's correct.
Would you say you take that on out for a spin on steroids every day?
I take that very seriously. Very seriously. A matter of fact, my manager makes sure that I bring the disclosure with me with a pen to every showing I have. She makes sure I have a pen in my bag. Joyce, where's your pen so your customer can sign? So I disclose to every buyer that I do represent the seller, unless they want to, me to represent them. And then I explain the difference.
And how many listings have you taken since the start of this new year, 2020?
I'll tell you this. I'm very proud. From November 15th to October 1st, I got 21 listings. And from January 1st until today, I got 13 listings.
And what would you say is the recipe for that successful? Is that all referrals?
Yes, they're all referrals. I don't call anybody. I don't do anything, but it's my personality, my caring. People really see that I care when they look in my eyes, because money is the bonus in real estate. It doesn't mean a thing to me. What means something to me is me making someone happy, and then them saying something nice about me. And as I said, my service fee is a bonus to me. And the customers know it and they can smell it. So if they even think somebody is in this business to make money, they're running away as fast as they can.
So the first day you were a realtor, it didn't all come at you as a referral, did it? You had to work for it. So what did you do on your first days as a realtor? We know about the successful Joyce Colletti, but it wasn't always so successful. Was it something that you had to start by cold calling, or did you do anything different?
What happened to me when I first started, I started in September. So September, October, November, December. In 4 months, I was the #1 agent in Long Beach. A couple walked into my office. They had a little baby. I still have them as my clients today, and they can tell you I'm telling you the truth. They walked in, and I just looked at them, and I got up, and I said, I have the perfect apartment for you. And they looked at me like, what? And I said, what do you need? And they said, well, we wanted a condo. And they were like a little taken back. And I said, I got the perfect one for you. Let's just go see it. And do you know they bought it? And that gave me confidence. And after that, I just approached people. I wasn't afraid. Nothing mattered to me. All I wanted to do was sell and list, sell and list. Customers remember me because I helped them with the most important transaction in their life, their home, where they're going to bring up their children, or they're going to be with a loved one, or that's where they're going to spend the rest of their life. And that's what makes me happy.
And what happened when you got your first few listings? Was there something special that you said to them? Is there anything that you can inspire another realtor?
I really showed them that I cared. I really showed them that money didn't matter to me. I mean, I didn't do it for free.
Right.
But I constantly texted them. I emailed them. I called them. I didn't bother them. And I did say to them, if I become annoying, please tell me. And they all said to me, no, I like it. You're such a pleasant surprise. Because when I started in 1999, it seems people didn't take real estate seriously.
Correct.
And I did. So I was like a breath of air, a breath of fresh air, believe it or not.
What do you think of 2020? What is the advice or what do you do as far as technology is concerned? Like right now we're on a little bit of a freeze with your face, but just fine. We can still hear you. But what technology do you use for your homeowners today that enhances?
Let me tell you what I do. As far as technology goes, I like to surround myself with very smart people. Very smart people. And I have a lot of young agents that like to learn from me. And therefore, they are at the ready for me when I need something. So I'll always have an agent right at the tip of my fingers, and I'll say to them, do this for me, or you do this for me. And they say, Joyce, you know how to do it. I do know how to do it, but I have to speak to a client, or I'm on a conference call. And
right.
I have a lot of young people helping me, and very smart young people, by the way. College graduates. These are all very smart people. So no matter how much technology we have, it's that personal connection that makes me memorable. People seem to like my personality because I'm a straight shooter.
Do you think that the public is looking for some sort of extra something besides putting a house on multiple listing?
Yes, they are. Yes, they're looking for that personal touch. They're looking for an agent to look in their eyes and they know this agent cares about me. This agent is going to be by my side for the rest of this transaction. And whenever a client needs me, I answer the phone. I never let it go into voicemail unless, of course, I'm on the phone, and then I'll call them back in 3 seconds later. And they say to me, Joyce, you're one of the only agents I know that still answers your phone.
Yeah.
I don't like to text Joyce. I like to talk to people.
Right.
Well, I'm a talker. I'm an old timer. So people like that. Even young people like that because they want to feel your personality.
Right. And there's no feeling of personality over a text.
Well, you can make a lot of mistakes over a text because people don't know what you're feeling.
Right.
So the customer, to me, is the most important person, and that's how it has to be to everybody. Everybody has to have the customer first.
Correct. Well, do you have any advice that you'd like to share with our audience of realtors? Do you have any type of, any last minute advice for people that are just about to give up? Do you listen to?
Never give up, because it's when you give up that it's right in front of you.
Right.
And there were many times I wanted to give up, but I wouldn't. And I always say this to the kids in my office. Of course, everybody's a kid to me. When you cry, that's when I know you become a real estate agent. When you lose a deal and cry, and then you get up, you wipe yourself off, and you make yourself another deal. Because you're going to lose a deal no matter what. You have to pick yourself up, wipe yourself off, and get right back out there. And never, never, never give up. Never. When did you
feel most challenged in real estate? Do you have a specific story you want to share?
Sure, I do. I was selling the first $2 million house in Long Beach, and this is a very true story, and I'll make it very short.
No, go ahead.
I brought my customer back there for the 4th time, and again, this is the first $2 million home ever to be sold in the history of Long Beach. And he said to me, Joyce, I have to use the bathroom. This is the 4th time I'm bringing him in. He made an offer and it got accepted. Bathroom and flushed the toilets, and all the pipes broke all over the house.
Oh my God.
He was soaking wet. His wife's hair was dripping. He was dripping wet. His baby was soaking wet. And I looked at them and they looked at me, and he just said, this is not the house for me. And I went hysterical crying. I lost my first $2 million deal. But I sold it again 3 months later because I didn't give up. And that's the story of a winner.
Wow.
How you feel about yourself. You must have confidence in yourself. If you don't, nobody else will. So that's a great story for me. My first $2 million sale, the pipes break in the middle of the winter. And my clients didn't live there. They lived in Florida.
Wow.
So that's a good one. That made me cry.
And
why did I cry?
And you sold the $2 million listing.
I sold the first $2 million house in Long Beach on what was that? Bay Street. It was I forget his name. Harvey Weinstein's son.
And what about you sold the highest contemporary house last year in the West End of Long Beach?
Yes, I did, for $1 million. And I also sold the highest condominium last year for $1,650,000. And I sold the highest FEMA code home. And I sold the first FEMA code home. And this is very exciting to me. And this is what excites me. Real estate excites me. There's always something new every day. There's always a problem my manager is getting me out of. Sometimes I feel like a child. I go running to my manager and I go, fix this. I got to go sell another house. And she does. She fixes it for me. And I just go on with my next deal. I never let anything stand in my way.
Would you say you're a fearless person?
Yes, without a doubt.
And
I fear nothing.
And let's talk about that. Why don't you have fear? Like a lot of these agents that I run across, they go, oh, I don't want to cold call. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to do this. I go, why are you in real estate?
I'll tell you why, Joe. Because people are just like me and I'm just like them. They are no better than me and I am not better than them. And if I do cold call, which I really don't, but if I do, I speak to them like they're my neighbor. How are you? And they go, well, how do you know my name? And then we just laugh. And then I'm just myself.
Yeah.
And you know what? If I see I annoy them, I don't call them again. But I usually make friends over the phone And they called me 2 years later because they remembered me. Joyce, do you remember me? I go, sure I do. I'm going to sell my house. I never forgot you, Joyce. And I get that listing.
Well, you certainly have a great personality, one that a lot of our colleagues, they don't get along with, but I get along with you. And why do we get along so well?
I believe we get along so well, Joe, because we're straight to the point.
Correct.
We don't dance around. We don't tap around. We just go for it. I say to you, Joe, this is how it is, and you say to me, Joyce, let's talk about it. We sit down,
right?
Like two professionals. We have a conversation. We hug when it's over, and it's gone.
And we have certainly hugged over the years, haven't we?
You know what, Joe? I'm very proud to be with you, to know you, and you know that.
That's
and when
right.
You sell my listings, I talk all about, guess who's coming? So my clients can't wait till you walk through the door.
Yeah, you're a straight shooter, and that's something that I've always admired about you, and I even tell my wife, I go, make no bones about it, that celebrity, that person on the bus, that number one agent in Long Beach, she and I get along like two peas in a pod, and we have a lot of mutual respect for one another. You have certainly inspired a lot of agents to be like you. None of them will be like you because you have your own secret sauce, your own secret everything. But what you do is you inspire a lot of agents to go out there and at least become the better versions of themselves, me included, by the way. And I just want to thank you on behalf of the people that you do inspire.
Thank you so much. That's so nice of you. And believe it or not, it means the world to me.
Well, this interview means a lot to me.
My job means everything to me. When I get up in the morning, I cannot get up fast enough or early enough to get to work. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm so like that. People go, Joyce, I love what I do. I just love what I do. And I think it's a gift from God.
It truly is. It truly is. When you love what you do, you just it's no longer work. It's something that you just embrace. It's your career.
It's a gift from God to me. Some people get gifts. This is what God gave me. God gave me the ability to sell. He gave me a personality, and he gave me. I have no fear, none, because nobody's better than me, and I'm not better than anybody else. We're all the same.
Correct.
How much money you have, it doesn't matter.
Correct. Well, we ran out a little bit over, but this was certainly worth having you on this show. I'm just going to put up over here so everybody can see it. And we have an event coming up on January 29th from 8:30 to 12:30 with 3 hours of CE credit featuring Ricky Caruth from Orange Beach, Alabama. He's the number one agent, Joyce, in all of the state of Alabama for the last 6 years. And for the entire state. He wrote a book called List to Last, and and I'm proud to have him come down and inspire new agents and seasoned agents to come down and share with them his secret sauce. And then we're going to have 10 roundtable speakers from all the other companies around Long Island talk about what it takes to be a good lister. We're going to have law of agency. You're welcome to come down, Joyce, with you and your company. And I certainly will have you back at some point in our seminars at Sonona Speaks.
Thank you very much. It was such a pleasure.
Thank you. Have a good day, everybody. This is Joe Sonona with Coffee Talk with the Listing Pros and my special guest this week, who froze in time, but we heard her voice, Joyce Colletti from Douglas Elliman of Long Beach. And she is the number one agent not just in Long Beach, but I believe in Long Island, right? For Douglas Elliman?
Yes, Nassau County.
Nassau County. Well, thank you very much again, and have a good day.